Okay, so I bought this go-kart and I'm gonna work on it. So the reason I bought this one, I was gonna fix up the other one and get it fixed, and well, I was gonna need a lot more than I thought. So I bought this one. I saw it on Marketplace. They wanted $450. I got it for $300, and they pretty good deal to me. I got some stuff I want to do to it. I'm gonna take the carb off. I'm gonna clean it out and everything, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. Find some way to seat the bead on this tire and see if I can get it to idle. It wasn't idling yesterday, it would just drive. So I need to get it to idle, which I'm gonna adjust the fuel and air ratio screw. And yeah, let me get this carb off and I'll be back to y'all. Okay, so I got the carb off. It's right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this bottom off and we're gonna see what it looks like inside. I hope it doesn't look really bad. That's my thing. So we're gonna take it off and see. Okay, we're on the last screw. I'm hoping this whole thing doesn't fall apart because that would be very bad. If you've worked on carburetors, you know what I mean. When carburetors fall apart, they're a pain in the butt. Oh, God. Ooh, that's nasty, boy. You're a nasty boy. Look at that. That's the inside of the fuel bowl. Nasty. Oh, no gas right there. My dad's gonna kick my butt. But anyway, yeah, that's what the inside looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean this out. We're gonna use some of this. We're just gonna spray it in the bottom of the bowl. We're not gonna spray it in the lines, of course, but now I'm just gonna let that sit just like that for a second. Okay, now while that is sitting, we're gonna take a rag and we're gonna clean this off. It peels off pretty easy, as you can see. It comes off pretty easy. We're just gonna take a rag and wipe it off. Okay, so carbs come apart. There's a little pin up here, up in this little thing. You pull that out. You pull the pin out, and then you take this out. And then this is your fuel stopper. This stops the fuel when the level gets up high enough, and it just stops it. Just lifts up and stops it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off. Okay, I got this cleaned out, and now I'm gonna clean out the float, and then we'll clean out the bottom of the carburetor. She's all clean. She looks brand new. Now we just need to clean the bottom of the fuel bowl. We'll get that cleaned out, and then we'll put this back together, and we'll throw it back on the go-kart. Okay, I figured I'd give you a little bit better of a demonstration on this. Is that little pin in there, you see it? When this moves up, it closes the pin. Just like so. When the fuel gets up to where it needs to be, which this foot's up to here, it closes the pin, which is basically how it works. And yeah, that's the fuel through here. When this gets up here, it closes that, and then it stops your fuel from going in. Okay, and then this little thing right here, this is your fuel overflow. When the fuel level gets past the float and gets up to the top of here, it starts draining out, and it drains out through this little thing right here. That's your fuel overflow. It goes straight up. So once the fuel gets up here and past the seal, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember on this right now, but once it gets up here, it starts using this and it drains it out, so you don't get too much fuel. This is by far the worst carb I've ever had to clean out. It was dirty. And now I got it mainly. I got most of it cleaned out. I'm gonna let some gas sit inside here for a second though. Okay, the carb's all back together. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hook it up to the go-kart, and we're gonna hook the fuel line back up, and we're gonna see if it'll start maybe. We're gonna see if it'll start, and yeah, if it starts, we don't have to adjust the fuel stuff. If it doesn't, we have to adjust the fuel and air ratio. It's not that big of a deal though. But yeah, I'm gonna get this hooked up and I'll be back to y'all when it's hooked up. So it is the next day now. I am up here in the shop working on it. I almost got it started. I cleaned off a bunch of the joints for the power well, not the power, for the spark plug. And so now it almost started. I'm working on it. I gotta weld this back, the little washer that holds that spring there. And yeah, and it almost started. I'm gonna try to get it to start, and then I'm gonna weld it back. Okay, so I got everything fixed up on it. Now I'm gonna pull it. Let's see if it'll start right up. So I've been riding it for a little bit now. Hang on. I've been riding it now for a little bit. It's working really great. I mean, it's running like a champ, and yeah, it's pretty fast. The tire just wants to spin when you give it throttle. And yeah, I guess it's just regular go-kart stuff, but now I don't know which one I'm gonna ride whenever I want to ride anymore. But I got it going and everything, and now it should always start up on first pull. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, pull number 1. Starts up first pull. So yeah, great. Just slapped the new carb on there, and it worked great now. It's been working great. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.